Hello, Mark. Um, so this sense of, insufficiency that you were talking about um, that I feel from time to time, and I'm always really unhappy when I'm feeling it. Um, wh- what can we do to um, feel more of the opposite of that? Like what,
Great question.
it, you know,
Yeah.
kind of my, yeah, it's, what are your thoughts on that?
I use the word spell. I really think it's a kind of a spell we're under. And it's a spell that many forces in the world are actively trying to put us under, in terms of being a consumer or other aspects. So it does really take conscious, deliberate effort to come out from under it. And yet it is often practicing a shift in perception. Um, doing gratitude practice is a powerful way to start to feel sufficiency. And it doesn't have to be something complicated. Before you fall asleep, remember and maybe even say to a spouse, if you have one, um, what those five things are that you are grateful for, and try to vary them night after night, come up with new ones. It's just a small way of cultivating the consciousness of sufficiency and satisfaction. Because when we're grateful, we're taking satisfaction in something and we see what's there rather than what's not there. And for a moment, maybe only for a moment, it can quell that thing inside of us, which there's a restless something inside of us that feels like we have to do something to matter, put it that way, that we have to earn our way somehow. And I don't mean that in the obvious way that people have to earn their way in terms of, working and so forth. I mean it in a psychological sense. So oftentimes we walk around and we feel like we have to create a worthy being. um, we don't experience the worthiness of what we already are. It's why I point out what is the sheer miracle of awareness. It's part of why I do that. Is we're so worthy just in our being, what we carry, our thoughts, our imagination. There's so much here. And yet, again, under the spell, we feel like we haven't done enough. We feel like we need to leave our legacy or something. Mm. There can be all these pressures. And I do just encourage you to turn toward them and be curious about them. Are they true? Mm. Inquire, are they true? Am I insufficient? Other than the obvious way, we all are. None of us created ourselves, and none of us will keep ourselves here forever, so there's a certain kind of insufficiency there. But just inquire, where is this sense of insufficiency really coming from in me? And is it true? Is it true? See if this works too. This language works for me, but I don't know that it works for everybody. I sometimes encourage people to feel their spirit. I don't exactly know what that word points to, but I have a felt sense of it. Feel your spirit. feel the aliveness that you came into the world with. And its natural sense of purpose and mattering, which is quite different than the artificial kinds of ways we try to bolster that and fill that in because we've lost contact with this felt sense of our spirit. So, along with gratitude, that might be another practice, like to invite your spirit to show itself to you. How am I doing, Win? Is that hitting?
Very good. Yeah,
okay, good.
I like that. The 2-step program there.
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you.
All right. Let me know how it goes.